They say the happiest people post the most pictures. If that's true, then my husband and I must have been the happiest couple in the world. Every Sunday brunch, every anniversary dinner, every candid laugh was perfectly captured, filtered, cropped, captioned. We looked like a dream, but dreams fade fast when you wake up. My name is Emily, and for 7 years, I believed I was living the kind of marriage people envied. We had a cozy home just outside Charlotte, a golden retriever named Max, and a circle of friends who thought we were soulmates. Among them was my best friend, Lydia. We'd known each other since college. She was the kind of woman who could walk into a room and make everyone feel like the sun came out just for them. People adored her. So did I. So did my husband. His name was Daniel. Smart, charming. The kind of man who never forgot to open the car door for me, who left notes in my lunchbox just to make me smile. I trusted him completely. That trust was my biggest mistake. It started small, the kind of things you ignore because you want to believe they mean nothing. He'd laugh at his phone a little too long. A text he wouldn't show me. Lydia calling him her brother in that playful way that used to make me laugh, until it didn't. I brushed it off, told myself I was tired, paranoid, maybe jealous for no reason. But then came the whispers, the looks at dinner parties, the awkward silences when I entered the room. People knew. They always know. Except the one person who's supposed to matter most. One night, I came home early from work. It was raining. The kind of rain that blurs everything. Streetlights, reflections, thoughts. When I pulled into the driveway, I saw Lydia's car parked outside. That wasn't unusual. She visited all the time. What was unusual was the way Daniel's tie hung on the stair railing, like it had been torn off in a hurry. My stomach dropped. I don't remember walking up the stairs, just the sound of my own heartbeat, thick and heavy, drowning out the rain. The door to our bedroom was half open, and there they were, not tangled up in sheets like you see in movies. No, it was quieter, more intimate. She was sitting on the edge of the bed, wearing my robe. He stood behind her, his hands on her shoulders, his lips just above her ear, laughing, whispering, like lovers who had done it 100 times. I didn't scream, I didn't cry. I just watched. Long enough for Lydia to notice me, her face turning from joy to terror. And Daniel? He didn't even look guilty, just annoyed. Like I'd interrupted something important. That was the moment my marriage died. Quietly. Without fireworks. Without closure. The next morning he begged. He swore it meant nothing. That he was confused. That she came on to him. And I almost believed it. Because believing the lie was easier than accepting the truth. But I didn't scream or throw things. I made coffee. I nodded. I told him we could work it out. And in that moment, I started planning. Lydia tried to reach out. Messages, calls, a long email filled with excuses. I ignored them, but I didn't block her. I wanted her to keep talking. To leave traces. Over the next few weeks, I became the perfect wife. Dinner ready, laundry folded, smiles for the neighbors. But inside, I was documenting everything. Screenshots, photos, voice notes, every word he said that didn't match the last. I learned the power of silence. Silence makes liars fill the air. And when they do, they confess more than they ever meant to. Daniel thought I'd forgiven him. He even suggested a fresh start. So I gave him one, a vacation, somewhere quiet, away from distractions. I told him it was to reconnect. He didn't know I'd packed a hidden recorder in my bag. The first night, over wine, he opened up. He talked about guilt, temptation, how it just happened. And when I asked him, softly, was it only once? He hesitated, just long enough for me to know the truth. I let the recorder run as he told me everything, How it started months ago. How Lydia told him she was in love with him. How he felt trapped, but didn't want to hurt me. He said her name like it was holy, like I should thank him for his honesty. When we came home, I smiled. I kissed him goodnight. Then I uploaded the recording to a cloud folder, password protected, labeled Memories. He'd never find it, but I knew exactly where it was going. The plan wasn't fast. Revenge never should be. It needs time to breathe, to grow, to take root. I started joining their conversations again, pretending we were friends. I'd drop little comments, remember that night at the lake house, and watch them freeze. Lydia would change the subject. Daniel would fake a laugh. Each time, their guilt deepened. Each time I smiled a little wider. One night, Lydia invited me to a small dinner. Just the three of us, she said. Her idea of making peace. I went. I even brought dessert, because nothing tastes sweeter than control. Dinner was awkward, like eating with ghosts. Lydia tried small talk. Daniel poured wine like he was trying to fill the silence. And then she said, "Emily, I just want us to move past this. It was a mistake." A mistake. Like forgetting to lock the door. Like spilling a drink. So I leaned forward and said, "Then tell me, Lydia, how many mistakes did you make with my husband?" Her face drained of color. Daniel's fork clattered against the plate. That was the first crack, the one that would split everything open. I didn't explode. I didn't give them the satisfaction of a scene. I simply stood up, smiled, and said, "You'll both get what you deserve, I promise," and then I left. They didn't know what I meant. Not yet. But they would, because I wasn't just hurt anymore. I was focused, patient, and when pain meets patience, the result is devastating. People think revenge is loud, explosive, full of shouting, slamming doors, and broken glass. But they're wrong. Real revenge is quiet. It's the sound of someone destroying themselves, and you, just watching, smiling. After that dinner, I waited. Not days, weeks, because time is the best accomplice. You let guilt marinate, and when it finally boils, you're nowhere near the pot. Daniel tried to pretend everything was normal. He'd text me pictures of Max, ask how my day was, send me flowers like we were still us. I played along. "Sure, I miss you too," I'd write. And every time he thought he was pulling me back, I was taking another step away. Lydia, on the other hand, avoided me like the plague. She'd cross the street when she saw me, but still posted selfies with captions like, "Forgiveness is freedom." It made me laugh. Forgiveness wasn't what I had planned. In every story of betrayal, there's a moment when the liar believes they've gotten away with it. That's when you strike. I created a private online account under a different name. No photos, no links, nothing traceable. Just a profile and a message board. On it, I started telling a story. A woman discovers her husband's affair with her best friend, I wrote. She forgives them, but not really. I changed names and small details, but the truth stayed intact. People began following the story, sharing, commenting, asking for updates. It grew faster than I imagined. Because people love betrayal, they feed on it, and when they asked for proof, I gave them a teaser. A few seconds of Daniel's confession, his voice calm and remorseful, admitting to everything. It spread like wildfire. At first, only a few thousand views, then 100,000, then millions. By the end of the week, the video was everywhere. Forums, news blogs, even morning talk shows. Daniel didn't know. Not yet. He thought we were healing. He didn't see the storm until it hit. The moment came on a Tuesday morning. He called me, frantic. "Emily," he said, "someone posted a video of me. Someone hacked me." I asked what video. He said, "The vacation." My voice, everything. I paused, pretending to think. Then softly, "Daniel, why would anyone hack you?" Silence beat. That's when he realized. I could hear it, that second when shock turns into fear. Lydia called next, crying, begging. "Please take it down, Emily. I'm losing everything." Her voice shook like a leaf in the wind. She said her fiancé had left her. Her job was on the line, and people were messaging her nonstop. I listened. And when she asked if I'd posted it, I said, "No, Lydia, we posted it." You and him, when you betrayed me, then I hung up. The internet did what the internet does best. It turned pain into spectacle. But I wasn't interested in their downfall trending. I wanted something deeper, something final. So I released the full video, every second of his confession. Every name, every word, the truth, raw, undeniable, immortal. Within hours, Daniel's company suspended him. The board called it a violation of conduct policy. He lost everything, his job, his friends, his image of control. He called again that night, drunk, voice slurred, desperate. Why, Emily? Why are you doing this? Because you taught me how, I said. Then I hung up. People always ask if I regret it. If revenge really made me feel better. The truth, it didn't make me feel better. It made me feel free. For years I carried his version of our story. Now the world had mine. Weeks passed. The noise faded. Their faces disappeared from social feeds, replaced by new scandals, new betrayals. But every time someone reposted that clip, it reminded me that I had survived my own heartbreak and turned it into a weapon. Lydia moved to another state. Daniel tried therapy, a fresh start. But every new job, every new friend, someone would eventually recognize his voice. The past doesn't disappear. It echoes. And me? I rebuilt, quietly, no posts, no filters, no hashtags, just peace. I started running again, joined a local photography group, even learned to play piano. Every note, every frame was a reminder that healing isn't about forgetting. It's about rewriting. One night, months later, I got an email from Daniel. The subject line, I forgive you. I almost laughed. Forgive me? I didn't reply, because forgiveness wasn't what I wanted from him. All I ever wanted was truth, and I already had that, on record, in every corner of the internet. Sometimes I think about the night I walked in on them, how still the air felt, how final. If I could go back, I wouldn't change a thing, because the worst day of my life taught me that betrayal doesn't destroy you. It introduces you to who you really are. And that woman? She doesn't need revenge anymore. She already won. Pause. Soft piano fade out. Because the truth always finds its audience. This was my story. A lesson that love without honesty is just a lie with good lighting. If you've ever been betrayed, remember, you don't have to scream to be heard. Sometimes, silence says everything.